Unlucky guy offends his female boss on his first day at work by spilling coffee all over her. Instead of getting angry, she takes him to the stairwell and asks him to take off his shirt. The man thinks he misheard her, but turns around to find her already undressing herself. He is embarrassed, to say the least. It turns out that Alyssa was in a hurry to meet a client, and her shirt was dirty. She needed a clean shirt from the man. The man had no idea that the person he offended was his new boss. The next day, when he reported to his new company, Colin was shocked to find out that his boss was the woman from yesterday. The situation was awkward and uncomfortable. As a result, Colin was advised to leave his job by his female boss. Alyssa used her position to prevent him from becoming a full-time employee. This left Colin feeling helpless. But after work, Alyssa noticed that Colin was secretly following her. She stopped and asked him what he was doing, but Colin's reply caught her off guard.
저 이사 왔습니다.
네?
What made it even more embarrassing was that they lived in the same building. Colin never imagined that he would offend a vengeful female boss. Life was not going well for him. Whenever Alyssa saw Colin, she would close the elevator door without hesitation and pretend not to see him. When they arrived at the office, Colin was always late, and Alyssa would lock him out of the elevator. Colin had no idea that things were just getting started. After finally arriving at the company, he was immediately called by Alyssa, even though the files could have been sent by email. Alyssa made him run errands to various departments. After running around all morning, he finally delivered all the files. But in the afternoon, he was constantly copying documents. Colin ended up working late before finally going home. Fate is truly amazing. He coincidentally met a drunk Alyssa on the way home. He politely greeted her, but Alyssa fell asleep in the elevator and almost fell down. Colin quickly caught her and had to carry her home. He didn't expect Alyssa to be so heavy. After putting her on the bed, Colin almost fell himself. After completing the task, Colin hurried home. He hoped that Alyssa would treat him better after this incident. But the next day, reality slapped him in the face. He found out that his work ID was missing. Alyssa happened to be there at the time. Colin hoped that Alyssa could help him find it, but Alyssa deliberately mocked him, asking if his work ID was lost at some girl's house. It seems that Alyssa didn't remember that Colin took her home the night before. She never would have guessed that Colin's work ID was indeed at a girl's house, but it was at her own house.